Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We apologize for the delay. We had some technical issues getting the meeting started on Zoom. So we'll call Limburg Schools Board of Education special meeting number 1513 is now called to order. Dr. Lake, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We do not.
May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Karen, second by Matt Alonso. As with other Zoom meetings, we will do a roll call vote. Mike Shamia, yes. Karen Schuster,
Yes.
Matt Alonso,
Yes.
Christy Watts,
Yes.
Jennifer Miller,
Yes.
Mike Tishless,
Yes.
and Dr. Kathy Collick-Lorenz is unable to join us due to a conflict. So motion is approved 6-0. In order to meet with St. Louis County guidelines, we are meeting in person in a social distance environment with cabinet and board members only in order to reduce spread of COVID-19. This meeting is also conducted once again using Zoom and streaming online via the district's YouTube channel. So we'll go to agenda item 9.0, action items by consent, the surplus property declaration. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the surplus declaration item 9.01? Motion by Mike Tishless, second. Second, Matt Alonso. So at this point, I'll open up for any discussion. Okay, hearing none, we'll take a roll call vote. Mike Shamia, yes. Karen Schuster?
Yes.
Matt Alonso?
Yes.
Christy Watts?
Yes.
Jennifer Miller?
Yes.
Mike Tishless?
Yeah.
All right, 6-0 approved. All right, next agenda item is 10.0 individual action items. 10.01, the adoption of the 2020 budget. So Joelle.
You have in your packet the budget for the next school year, which is 2021. The budget document is a reflection of financial policy of the district going into next year. It is a working document, as it says in the budget message. The budget was built with a lot of work from many people, not just the business departments. All of you, of course, the budget workshop. On 4/28, we had a budget workshop explaining the revenue and expenditures. We were using the assumptions when building the budget. And I can say pretty much since 4/28, those assumptions were not any further on getting those answers. As you know, this is a non-reassessment year, so our revenue being mostly local revenue, 88% of our budget is local revenue, is pending the assessed valuation data from the county. In a non-reassessment year, they do not provide any estimates on that. So in late August, we'll get our numbers on assessed valuation for the year. So with predictions and discussions with our neighboring schools, we did an estimate of a 2% growth in local revenue this year. CPI, as directed by the DESE, is 2.3%. So we'll know more about that in August. So the revenue assumptions and expenditure items that we discussed on 4/28 are still in effect. This, of course, on the expenditure side was an increase in salaries for our staff. That was in comparison to other districts as well. And same tax rate that we had last year, pending, we don't have to roll back with any assessed valuation data. But pretty much the budget in total is written with our compass goals in mind. And if you read the budget message, it talks about the important steps in the process, compass goals, and our alignment with those is the number one. The second is the budget workshop, and that time with you guys to make sure we're on track with what the board's direction is for the next year, and then negotiations with staff as well. And I made some notes in my budget message this year, of course, due to COVID. I will tell you that there will be amendments to this budget. We already had the process where we bring amendments monthly to the board when things develop ongoing regarding revenue or expenditures, and we amend the budget each month as necessary. But with the COVID relief, there are applications out. We've applied with state, local, and federal government for aid regarding related to COVID. And we are also amid our reentry task force, which is working on opening in August. So there will be, we believe, some additional expenditures in August related to opening the schools. So I believe that will be the biggest amendments, and that will probably happen in July when we have more information. The document you have in front of you is just a summary. There's a lot of detail behind all of these numbers. So anytime anybody would like to call me or come in and talk about the budget detail, I can make myself available. And I will say, continuing the deliberate tradition of a balanced budget, our revenue and expenditures for next year in operating funds do match. So we are not planning on deficit spending. As always, we look at maybe strategically spend down of funds based on in our capital area. We did that this year for some items that needed to be updated. But we'll bring those to you at the time we make amendments. One more comment I think I want to make sure you all are aware on this budget is our reserves. The district has a fair reserve balance. It's not excessive and it's not too low, but it's with times like these and COVID pandemic when we are not sure where our revenue or expenditures are going to be, that fund balance is our safe harbor. And so our fund balance is adequate.
Joelle, I had a couple. Okay,
Yeah, there's a little.
little bit of feedback there,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes, yeah, you don't have to unmute yourself, because it's picking up, Mike Shammy is keeping his own. So,
You did great.
you did good.
Yeah,
Make you repeat it again.
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah,
that.
start over.
No, don't start over. I had a question, and this isn't one of our larger items, I guess, but student organization dues and fees are a lot higher, budgeted a lot higher than in past years. Part of that's got to be for the computers and the fees that family would pay, but what else is in there?
On our student organization fees, we actually, yes, their fees and their revenue expenditure side of that was down in actual numbers last year.
Yeah.
For 3 months.
Right,
But actually on that, we actually just have a expenditure budget and a revenue budget that match. Because it's hard to predict what the organization, that's all about organizations fundraising and their student accounts. That's not just money, but.
oh, that's that revenue,
Yeah.
okay, sorry,
Student
oh,
activity funds, you know, our cheerleaders, our baseball groups, all of that is run through our finances, but it's really not our money.
got it,
So what we've done there is budget the same on the revenue side as the expenditure side, and they wipe each other out. But it's super hard to predict how much fundraising is gonna happen and how they're spending funds.
okay,
They do have to follow just their guidelines on expenditures. So that is, if you look at our year, our budget in that area is always the same.
Yeah.
So, does that make sense?
yeah, oh yeah, it does. And I guess you probably already answered this, but just assumptions on what might happen at the state level and whatnot. Do you have any better idea of what
I have a-
adjustments we might see down? I'm assuming it's all downward.
True, we did have a withholding in the year that we're ending, so the 6/30 today. Our withholding for the state for the month of June was about $400,000. I mean, state revenue for us, we are on formula, when we do our revenue change, it's not like we withhold harmless in prior years, but state is still only 10% of our total budget.
Yeah.
So the impact on the district with the state is not as great as it may be for some other districts. And that is also why when you look at some of the CARES funding that is being released by the state, the funding that we're getting is minimal compared to some other districts. We are expecting some withholding in July from the state, but what they're giving us is information right now are 5 scenarios.
Oh my gosh.
Why, what is, means tomorrow's July 1st, and that is the best I have on state withholdings. And when they say withholding is they just, it's not a cut, you know, I've seen, they take your payment and then right now they're saying this year they get 96% of your state revenue. So they're putting a percentage reduction across the board, even on whole harmless districts right now. So they run your state money and then they say, we're gonna give you 96%. They have not come out with a final number for July yet, but I am expecting some. I would hope it's no more than it was this month, which was around $400,000.
Thanks.
Any other questions before we move to a motion? All right, so can I get a motion to approve the 2021 or 2020 budget as presented?
So moved.
All right, motion by Karen, second by Matt Alonso. Is there any further discussion or questions or comments before we go to a roll call vote? Okay, Mike Shamia, yes. Karen Schuster,
Yes.
Matt Alonso,
Yes.
Christy Watts,
Yes.
Jennifer Miller,
Yes.
and Mike Tishless. Okay. Motion approved, 6-0. Next item is 10.02 Proposition R LHS Bid Package 2. So you again, Joel? All right.
We opened bid on after a pre-qualification period with general contractors for our high school project. It's very exciting. We released bids, we posted bids, and we received 4 of the qualifying firms responded to the bid process. We opened bids per policy and shared those bid results over the phone with each general contractor. Based on our review of bids, we are recommending that the board approve BSI as the contractor for phase 2 of the Prop R high school project.
Okay,
Any
so
questions?
maybe we'll move to a motion, then we'll go to the questions. So can I get a motion to approve BSI for the contract bid for the Prop R LHS Bid Package 2?
So moved.
All right, motion by Jennifer Miller, second by Mike Tishless. So now we'll open it up for questions and comments and discussion.
On here, it says for 3 of the contractors, there's voluntary alternates and considerations. I don't understand what that is, and for 1, there is not.
Clarifications were submitted with 3 of the bids. The clarification submitted conflict with specifications. So when you put a bid out, you have specifications and the responses are based on the specifications. So clarifications conflict with specifications, and the board is prevented by board policy and Missouri law considering such considerations and bids.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Discussion, comments? All right, so we'll move to, again, a roll call vote. Mike Shamia, yes. Karen Schuster,
Yes.
Matt Alonso,
Yes.
Christy Watts,
Yes.
Jennifer Miller,
Yes.
and Mike Tishless.
Yes.
All right, motion is approved, 6-0. All right, now we move to agenda item 11.0, which is recess. We've already conducted our executive session, so there is no need for recess at this time. We move to 16.0 adjournment. May I have a motion to adjourn regular meeting number 1513?
So moved.
Motion by Jennifer, second by Christy. Again, roll call vote. Mike Shamia, yes. Ken Schuster,
Yes.
Matt Alonso,
Yes.
Christy Watts, yes. Jennifer Miller, and Mike Tishless. All right. Limerick Schools Board of Education regular meeting 1513 is now adjourned. Thank you for joining us.